Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. We are back with our next chapter. Before starting, I would like to ask a question. So, what do you use for chewing your food? Yes, teeth. So, we are going to learn something about teeth. Okay, so our today's topic is teeth and microbes. Clear? So, first of all, we talk about the teeth. So, when you just born, so you do not have teeth, but when you are of half an year and 2 years old, and then so you start bearing teeth in your oral cavity, right? So at the age of 2 years, the teeth that you got, these are known as milk teeth or temporary teeth. Okay, so the first thing we have temporary teeth. Okay, and at the age of 6 to 12, they start falling down one by one. Then the new set of teeth you have in the place of that the previous ones. Okay, and these are known as permanent teeth. Okay, so they start bearing at the age of 1.5 to 2 years. Okay, and they start falling down. They fall down during the age of 6 to 12 years. Okay, and afterwards when these milk teeth or temporary teeth fallen down completely, then what the vacant space be occupied with? So this space would be occupied by the permanent teeth. Okay, so these teeth start bearing at the age of 6 to 12. Okay, and they just go with us for lifelong. Okay, and they start fall down when we get old. Clear? Next we have types of teeth. So the first one we have incisors. The first one we have incisors. Second, canines. Third, premolars, and the last one we have molars. These are known as for cutting. Okay, so they are known as cutting teeth. They just cut the food into small pieces. Okay, and then we have canines, so they just tear the food out. Okay, so these are known as tearing teeth. Got it? And the premolars, these are known as cracking teeth. Okay, so they just crack the food. Last we have molars teeth. So they just grind the food. Okay, and then it just smooths up, right? So they are known as grinding teeth. Okay, so here are the types of teeth. Okay, first one is incisors. Incisors, incisors, and they just cut the food. Next we have canines, Cannines. These are known as tearing teeth. They just help to tear the food. And the next one we have premolars, Premolars. So they just crack the food. And the last one we have molars. They just grind the food. Okay, and then afterwards this food goes into the esophagus or our food pipe. Clear? So students, here is our structure of a tooth. Okay, so look at this diagram carefully. You can easily see the structure of tooth. So this portion, which is just, these are our gums. Okay, and from this to the gums, this area is known as crown. Clear? And then from here to there, this portion is known as neck, and the rest part we have of root. Clear? So these are the three main parts of tooth. Okay, so this one is crown, the upper one, and the middle one is neck, and the bottom one is root. Okay, and now move to the internal parts of that. So let's see what can be the parts of these. So the topmost is known as enamel, which is, so this is enamel, and this enamel is the hardest part of our whole body. Clear? It just it supports the whole tooth, okay, and help the tooth from the outer injury. Clear? And afterwards, this area is known as dentine. Dentine, dentine or dentine. Clear? And this is also the hard part of the tooth, but it has a small cavity, and here we have the next part that is known as pulp. This is known as pulp. So in this area we have nerves, and they help to supply the blood here, and even this pulp enables us to internal injury, and also they just supply the nutrients to the teeth. Clear? And even you can easily see some these lines, these are known as blood vessels. Clear? So this is all about the structure of tooth. So three parts it has. The first one is crown, and then neck, and the last one we have root. So this tooth is divided into some other parts internally. What are these? The first one is enamel, which is the hardest part, and it helps to protect our teeth from the outer injury. And then we have dentine or dentine, so it gives structure to the tooth, and it supports and further it supports pulp, where blood vessels are there, and blood supply is also there, and the nutrients also. So nutrients are also go from these blood vessels. Clear? So next we have care of tooth. Okay, so care of tooth, what do you mean by that? For example, you are not brushing your teeth properly, and you are not having the good meal which is essential for our teeth. So what happens then? Or bits of our food just left in our teeth if we do not brush these properly. Okay, and what happens then bacteria grow on that. Okay, so bacteria grow on that food, and afterwards they first of all they just attack the enamel, and then attack our dentine, and the third one we have pulp. So when all these things are attacked by the bacteria, then we have so many problems. For example, you can have a toothache and bleeding gums. So these can be the things which we can get if we do not brush our teeth properly, or if we do not take care of that. Clear? So now what are the things by applying that we can have good teeth? So for example, the first one, you can brush your teeth regularly. Brush your teeth twice. Okay, so brush your teeth twice. That means in the morning and afterwards at the night. Okay, so at both the times you need to brush your teeth, so that you would not have some food stuck in your teeth. Okay, and second, floss. So floss your teeth. Okay, so that your food would not stuck a bit in between your two teeth. Okay, and next, avoid too much sweets. So by avoiding too much sweets, we can have healthy teeth. Okay, so the fourth one which you need to be keep in your mind, the next one is wash mouth after every meal. Clear? So, washing your mouth after every meal, it leads to your teeth clean. So, with the help of that, you can have healthy teeth and no any bacteria can attack your tooth. And with that, you can have germs-free and bacteria-free teeth. So, our topic was teeth and microbes. So, about teeth, we have already discussed, and another one we have microbes. Got it? So what are microbes? Microbes, so these are the tiny living things. Okay, these are tiny living things. Okay, so there are a lot of variety of microbes in our world. Okay, and in among them, some are good for our health and some are harmful for our health. So the microbes that harm our body are known as germs. Okay, and these microbes are of four major types. So what are these? The first one we have bacteria. Okay, they are single celled. They are single celled organisms. Clear? They are of many shapes, like rod shape and so many others. Okay, and the next one we have viruses. These viruses are smaller than the bacteria. Okay, so these are smaller than bacteria, right? And these cause some diseases in our body. For example, if we talk about the bacteria, so like tuberculosis and typhoid and pneumonia are the examples of the diseases that are caused by the bacteria. And another one is viruses. So viruses, a very common example you have of coronavirus. It is virus, and it can cause so many problems in our body. It just attacks our respiratory tract and to some death, because we do not have vaccine for that. And these viruses are of complex structure, for example like this. So many other types of so they are of many types. Okay, even like this also. So these are of very different structures. Clear? And the third one we have protozoa. So protozoa are also single-celled organism. They also cause so many diseases in our body. For example, malaria and dysentery. These are the diseases caused by the protozoa, and their structure can be like this. Okay, so these kind of structure do they have. So the fourth one we have fungi, and these are the microorganisms that grow on dead and decaying matters. For example, dead animal or dead plant. Okay, so on that they just grow. These fungi mostly attack our skin. For example, athlete's foot is as the disease caused by the fungi, and even some are good also. For example, you can take off yeast, and yeast we use in our kitchen in the daily life to make the bread soft. Okay, and these microbes help in our daily life so much. For example, so many bacteria are there, those are good for ourselves. For example, lactobacillus, it is present in the curd. Some are the microbes that produce vitamins in our body, and some they just feed upon the dead and decaying matters. For example, dead plants or animals. Some are help to digest the roughage which is present in the animals, right? So this is what we needed to do for today, and in the next video we will come with the back exercise and the questions related to this chapter, and be with us. So till that, you need to know more about these all the things like tooth and the microbes.